Today's video is based on one of the most discussed topics in India, dowry related deaths and violence. 16 women every single day. Yes, this is how many women India loses to dowry related deaths every single day, according to NCRB 2024 report. Not in a decade, not in a year, every single day. Now, here is the question that should stop you. India passed a law banning dowry in 1961, that is 65 years ago, older than most of the people watching this video. So, how it is still happening? This is what this video is about. No outrage, no headlines, but the laws. What they say, what they promise, and where they fail. We are going to walk through every major legal protection that exists in this country for women facing dowry harassment. And we are going to do it through the lens of 1 week of May 2026. A week in which 3 women died in 3 different cities in 3 different versions of the same story. First case is from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Trisha Sharma, a 33 years old marketing manager, former actress, former Miss Pune, was found hanging in her in-laws' home in Katara Hills. Just 5 months after her marriage, her family alleges dowry harassment. Her husband is a lawyer and her mother-in-law is a retired district judge. Second case is from Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Deepika Nagar, a 24 years old BA B.Ed graduate, was found dead after falling from 3rd floor in her in-laws' house in the Jalpura village. 17 months after her wedding, her family had spent close to 1 crore on the marriage, including a Fortuner car. Her in-laws allegedly demanded more, 40 to 45 lakh rupees in cash and another car. Just few hours before her death, her father had visited the in-laws' house. After she called him saying she is being assaulted, he tried to resolve the dispute, but on the same day, his daughter died. The post-mortem told its own story. Brain hemorrhage, ruptured spleen, ruptured kidney, bleeding from nose and mouth. Doctors have noted that some of these injuries appear to have been caused before death. Third case is from Indarpuri, West Delhi. Veena Kumari, a 25 years old woman, married in 2022. At 9:55 p.m. on May 18th, she called her sister. Her words, "दीदी मुझे बचा लो, ये लोग मुझे बहुत मार रहे हैं, मैं बचूंगी नहीं." She asked her sister to take care of her 6-month-old son. 7 minutes later, at 10:02 p.m., the sister received another call, this time from the brother-in-law, informing her that Veena has fallen from the roof. 3 women, 1 week. Bhopal, Noida, Delhi. Their families tell the same story. A wedding, then demand, then harassment, then death. And in all 3 cases, laws were already there to protect them. Let's go through these laws. The first law is Dowry Prohibition Act 1961. This is where it begins. Over 6 decades ago, India made dowry illegal. Not just taking dowry, giving dowry is also illegal. Along with that, if you are present where dowry transaction is taking place and you are not protesting, then it is also illegal. Let's talk about penalties. The culprit will get up to 5 years imprisonment and there will be fine of rupees 15,000 or the dowry amount, whichever is higher. Every marriage in India where exchange of dowry is happening, whether in the form of cash, jewelry, car or electronic appliances. In the Deepika Nagar's case, her family reportedly spent rupees 1 crore on her wedding. In Veena Kumari's case, the in-laws compared the gifts she brought against the gifts they received when their other son got married. 32-inch TV against a 40-inch TV, an HF Deluxe motorcycle against an Apache, and harassed her over the difference. None of this should have happened in the first place. But here is why the Dowry Prevention Act alone is not enough. It only targets the transaction, not the ongoing abuse. And it is extremely difficult to prosecute when both the giver and receiver are guilty. And that's why Parliament added new provisions in the Indian Penal Code, later Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. Section 498A, cruelty by husband or his relatives. Section 498A was added to IPC in the year 1983. The same year, India saw mass anti-dowry protests in the streets of Delhi, sparked by bride-burning cases in the late 1970s and early 80s. This law was legislative response to those deaths. Section 498A is now mirrored as Section 85 in Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. If the husband or his family subjects the woman to, firstly, if they harass her to the level that she commits suicide or cause her grave injury to life, health or safety. Secondly, she is harassed to the level that she or her family has to pay their demands either in the form of cash or property. This is the law that covers the pattern, the daily humiliation, the abuse, the threats and the persistent demands. It is crucial to know that Section 498A is cognizable and non-bailable offence. Cognizable means the police can arrest without any warrant. The non-bailable means the bail is not automatic. The accused can apply to the court and the court can deny it. FIRs under Section 498A has been registered in all the three discussed cases. Sharma, Deepika Nagar, Veena Kumari. The next law is related to dowry death. This is the provision that changes everything. Let's talk about the definition of dowry death. Three conditions must be met. First, the woman dies within 7 years of marriage and her death is caused by bodily injury, burns, occurs under circumstances other than normal. Third, she was subjected to cruelty or harassment related to dowry just before her death. If all three conditions are satisfied, the law presumes dowry death. The minimum sentence under this section is 7 years and maximum sentence is lifetime imprisonment. Every single case we mentioned falls within this 7 years window. Trisha Sharma was only married for 5 months. Deepika Nagar 17 months and Veena Kumari almost 4 years. All three deaths are under investigation as dowry deaths. Now let's talk about Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. Covers physical, emotional, verbal, economic and sexual abuse. It does not require the abuse to be connected to dowry specifically. Any woman in a domestic relationship, married, live-in or family. Under this act, a woman can ask for a protection order, legally banning the abuser from contacting or approaching her. A residence order, preventing her from being thrown out of the shared home, monetary relief. The Domestic Violence Act is civil, not criminal. A woman can seek protection and financial relief without initiating criminal prosecution. In Veena Kumari's case, she had been married for 4 years. Her family describes she was being harassed and abused. This act could be used to protect her. Last but not the least, now comes the Section 113B of Indian Evidence Act. If a woman's death qualifies as dowry death under Section 304B, court shall presume that the accused caused the death. Which means if three conditions are met, then the judge is legally required to presume that the accused is guilty. See, most of the dowry related deaths happen inside the accused home, which means even the witnesses are the family members of the accused. He is controlled by the people allegedly responsible for the dowry death. Therefore, presumption is required because without it, conviction is impossible. Now, let us be direct. If you or someone you know is facing dowry-related harassment, this is what the law gives you in the order of urgency. Firstly, go to the nearest police station and file an FIR under section 498A. See, this section is cognizable, means police must register the case. If they refuse, you can approach the superintendent of police or file a complaint to the magistrate. Step 2. Approach a protection officer. Every district has one under Domestic Violence Act. Can help you to file for protection on the same day. You don't need a lawyer. Step 3. Contact the National Commission for Women. They take cognizance of dowry harassment cases and can direct the state police to investigate. If the local investigation is compromised, petition the High Court. You can demand a CBI transfer. You can demand a second postmortem and file a writ petition. These are not extraordinary remedies. In the Twisha Sharma case, the family petitioned the Madhya Pradesh High Court and got a second autopsy ordered at AIIMS Delhi. Step 5. In extreme cases, the Supreme Court can take suo motu cognizance. This is what happened in Twisha Sharma's case. I want to end with something honest. The problem is not the law. The problem is enforcement, institutional capacity. In the Twisha Sharma's case, the accused inside relation with the legal system can create friction in the investigation. That's why the Supreme Court of India stepped in. The CBI has taken over the case. Even the Solicitor General of India said, it is better to have a divorced daughter than a dead one. In India, many families already know that their daughters are being abused in their in-laws' family. They choose to remain passive for their honor. As a result, we live in a country where every day 12 women lose their lives due to dowry-related violence. This video is trying to educate you about your rights. Your rights will not fix a broken system or a broken society, but at least you will be able to protect yourself when you have time. If you found this video useful, share it because someone in your circle may need to know what exactly I told you. Thank you for watching.